welcoming one of the amazing trio, this year's unsung hero, Aerial Breaker.
I have a lot of notes, so in case you guys got a full paper. All right, LA. I cannot wait to see what point guard you form into. I wasn't aware that you were, well, I mean, I was aware that you were the best point guard in the Final Four, but I didn't know you outshined the other point guards like that with your 5-to-1. I love your dry sense of humor. Oh my gosh, I love it. Sometimes I think she's funnier than me. Sometimes. Sometimes. You have your days. But honestly, I can't wait to see you grow over these next 3 years and obviously come back. And you guys, you should be scared because I'm gonna be at my prime when I come back to practice. So I will be there, blocking shots, getting defensive stops, so you be ready. Stop it. Anyways, back to my juniors. I have a really special place in my heart with these junior girls. I think, you know, we've all been very close at one point in time since I've been here, and now I'm close with all 3 of them. So I really appreciate that. I'll start with Markeisha, the blue, the emotional one of the group. Keish. I can't wait for you to start senior year. You're gonna have a blast. And I can't wait for you to just go out there and dominate all the time. Not just a few games, you're gonna dominate every single game, and I can't wait to watch it. Now, as a person, it's gonna be hard to say. All right, I do like you as a person. I do. Despite what I may act, I actually do like you as a person. And so I'm really gonna miss you, and I hope that you will actually come visit me and not just forget about me when you're a senior because, you know, I went through it too. I thought it was bad, you know, I thought it was cool. Didn't want to communicate with any of the other players. But I grew out of it, so I want you to grow out of it too. Whitney Holloway. Whitney is a dress repeater. You guys see this dress she's wearing? I wore that to the Final Four banquet. She's copying my swag right now, but it's okay. I will allow it. I will allow it, okay? Whitney Holloway, as Coach said earlier, she can walk into a room with her smile and it's just, everyone's in a better mood. She's always smiling. I think there was a rumor before she got here that her nickname was Smiley. I'm not sure how correct those are. It was just what I heard floating around. But Whitney is gonna do great things even after she's done here. She's such a bubbly personality and just a great person to always be around. I think I'm gonna miss our little heart-to-hearts that we have a lot and just laughing at each other. More you laughing at me because I'm really funny, but I'm gonna miss it. Madison Cable, Mads, surfboard. I'm gonna miss you as being my other injured buddy in the training room. We used to have a lot of bonding times in that ice tub, you know? I'm not gonna get in the ice tub anymore, but I'll come visit you. I'll see you. I can come visit you. But I can't wait for you. I can't wait for you to be a senior next year and just do all these amazing things that the freshmen don't really know about you, and they're gonna be like, well, where'd that come from? I'll be like, well, it's Madison Cable, duh. She does it all the time. I can't wait for you to wow more people than you already have, and I can't wait for you to just have a great senior year. Turn this over this way. Kayla McBride and Natalie Achanwa. 2/3 of the trio over there. I'm not gonna cry. You guys, I'm gonna miss you guys a ton. Obviously, like Coach said, I've battled a lot of injuries, and I would not be where I am today without these two, you know? Whether it was, oh, like, do you want to come shoot? Or, oh, do you want to go do something? Get me out of my bed, out of my dorm room, feeling sorry for myself. They did it. They were there for me. They wanted me to succeed, and part of them just being in practice, battling with me, battling against me, helped me be able to develop into the player I was today, and I'm thankful for that every single day. I love you guys to death. I'm just so grateful that obviously we knew we were the best class coming in, but now that everyone knows we're the best class, I'm just really... So, now that everyone knows, officially, I'm just glad. I wouldn't want to share this honor with any other two people in the world. Love you guys. All right, coaches. Hey guys. All right, my first one's gonna go out to G-Money out there with the babies. Thank you for everything, especially believing that I was going to be able to come here and succeed. You were obviously a crucial part in my recruiting process also, so I really appreciate that. Beth, thank you for coming and giving me comic reliefs with your good refereeing during practice. You're very good at that. I liked how you got up and down the court every single time. But I couldn't complain about the fouls because you're always right. But thank you for being just such an amazing mentor. I mean, your knowledge of the game was unreal, and you really helped, me develop throughout the past couple years you were here as a player. Niel. I can just look at Niel in practice about something that happened, and we'll both just laugh. We didn't even have to say it because we saw it, but the person thinks that no one saw it, so that's the best part. Niel is someone, if I need to laugh, if I need to vent, if I need to just do whatever, be crazy, I just look at Niel. Because I just know, she understands, she knows my struggle that I've been going through. And I thank you for that. You were a great mentor to me these past 4 years. I'm gonna miss you, I'm gonna miss Jaden, little Jaden. I'll miss Ellie and Margaret too, obviously, but I'll get back to that later. But I couldn't imagine my 4 years without you. Carol Owens. This is a hard one. CO, I was her baby coming through here. She taught me everything, basically, that I didn't know. I'm sure she's gonna teach me more things that I need to know. CO is one of those people that, if you did what she asked and you didn't have an attitude, like, we were cool, we were fine, but that one time you stepped out of line, she put me back in real quickly. And I thank her for that. We need those life lessons. Like, it's not just about basketball, we need those life lessons. And I think CO has taught me a lot of them, just, from talking to her about many things that have happened since I've been here. And she was obviously a crucial part of my comeback, as I'd like to call it, from sophomore to junior year, from being 0 to minutes. So I think that she was a big part of that. She encouraged me, that if I wanted to contribute, that I needed to, work harder, get in the gym, and all that stuff. So I thank you for that. I love you. I'm gonna miss you, but I'll obviously be back to keep Taya in line because I know she gets out of hand a little bit. Coach McGraw. Coach McGraw. Where do I start? I love Coach. Most of you guys don't know this. Well, you probably do know this. She has a very dry sense of humor. And I love it, because I think that I have a very dry sense of humor. And like she says, a lot of sarcasm. And so I think that we could communicate well together, because I knew exactly what she wanted. And I would just give her the correct answer, per usual. So if she was, also, side note, someone walked through the line and said, "We noticed how you always boxed out in every game." So my missed box out chart should read 0. Does it read 0, Kelly? Megan? Okay, perfect. Anyways, Coach McGraw, I want to thank you for believing in me these past 4 years, even when I thought that I just wasn't going to be able to make it happen. You just kept pushing me, and you kept talking to me and saying, if you want to play, then you need to do this, you need to do that. And I obviously held up my end of the bargain, and you did too. And I am so thankful for that, honestly. Sophomore year, I didn't know if I was going to go through college not playing a single minute, but I made it. And it's all because of Coach McGraw, because she believed in me. So thank you, Coach. I love you. You're the best. And I really do mean that. I'm not just making like a different cheers. She's the best. All right. The last part's the hardest part. At table 4 up front, I have my lovely family. I would never be where I was to this day without every single one of them. Even with the annoying times we've had, and the great times we've had, and the god-awful car rides we've had. I love you guys through it all. Amber, Michael, Daniel, and Christina, you guys are almost as funny as I am. I'm really looking forward to when you get older, so then you are as funny as me, but I will still be funnier and wiser. Mom and Dad, thank you so much for driving countless hours for me to play AAU, spending everyone's college tuition in order for me to play around the world, and nursing me back to health like a baby bird when I was having my injuries and I thought that I was dying, because as we know, I was very dramatic about every single injury that ever happened to me. I love you guys to death, and I'm so glad that you guys were able to be here tonight. And lastly, I know you guys are tired of hearing me talking, but I'm almost done, I promise. Lastly, people to thank who also contributed to my success at Notre Dame. Chad, even though you gave me that 820 class, you're forgiven. Craig and Ann, I know you guys really loved seeing me all the time injured, and you're like, well, looks like we need to get her back to health again, and you managed to do it every year. So thank you for that. Masters, thank you for all of those interviews that I had to do. Father Jenkins is no longer with us right now, because he left the building. He left the building, everyone. Jack Swarbrick. Jill, just because I think this year she really helped me get it together, and I appreciate her for that. Katie, even though you tried to take pictures at unnecessary times, we forgive you. Bree, making every prayer great, every game. Mike in student welfare, Jen in compliance, Security George, who is out there somewhere, thank you. And then Dr. Moskwinsky and Dr. Yergler. Obviously, I had a lot of injuries and illnesses throughout my time here. I think it's a record. I think that's another thing I'm the best at, so if you could look that up and let me know, that'd be great. I also like to thank Kayla, even though I really did not want to do anything you were telling me to do. I did it, and it did actually help. So nutrition does matter, boys and girls, it does matter. And then Charla, being our Beyonce, aka Maddie's second mom, we love you for everything. And then to conclude, forgot all the children, baby Margaret, Danny, Carly, Jaden, and Ellie, love you guys. Thank you for being my second family when I didn't have my siblings to be around. And then in conclusion, honestly, the only thing it says for my conclusion here is say something funny, but I don't really have anything to conclude with funny, so I'm just gonna say thank you, fans, for a great 4 years here, and go Irish.
I didn't think I was ever gonna get back up here. As a matter of fact, Andrew, if we could start cueing the music like they do at the Oscars when you go over your time limit. Ariel also won an award for the longest legs with the shortest skirt tonight. Oh. You know, we had a lot of talent this year, but talent alone is never enough. It takes leadership to make a team successful. When your senior captain is willing to say what needs to be said, to look her teammates in the eye and hold them accountable, and demand their best at all times, you've got a really good team. There was no doubt that Natalie Achama was the vocal leader of our team. It was her voice in the team huddles and in the locker room. It was her ability to keep the team focused on what was next. She set the tone for practice and games, role modeled how to talk to the media, and how to keep that undefeated streak in perspective. She was one of the best leaders we have ever had. When she went down with a knee injury, her first thought was for the team. And when she jumped up and gave that inspiring speech, her words resonated with everyone in the building. Sometimes being a leader means saying things that your teammates might not want to hear, but Ace was willing to do that for the good of the team. It's hard for underclassmen to understand the seniors' sense of urgency. They just don't get the attention to detail and how important every practice and every drill is. But Natalie's will was strong. She would not let her teammates give less than their best. I don't think this team will appreciate how much her leadership has meant to us until we hit that first bit of adversity next year and we don't have her voice to get us back on track. She had so many big games for us over the years and was playing the best basketball of her career when she was injured. And even though she made third team All-American, I always felt she didn't get the respect she deserved. What a great feeling to know you didn't just achieve your potential, you exceeded it. I'm gonna miss her basketball IQ, her ability to see what's gonna happen next, her analytical way of critiquing herself. She allowed me to relax. Well, maybe not totally relax. But I knew we were in good hands when Ace was on the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the maestro from this phenomenal seat and our extraordinary leader, Natalie Achama.
Well, Coach gave away half of my speech, and Ariel took up half my time, so I'm just gonna freestyle a little bit. No, seriously, Ariel brings the comical relief, and K-Mac's gonna make you cry to end, so I'm just gonna bridge them together a little bit. But I'll just start with, first of all, these 4 years have meant everything to me. To be able to wear Notre Dame on my chest has meant the world to me. The 3 pillars of Notre Dame, of God, country, Notre Dame, are engraved in my life. And I believe those 3 things are going to continue on and carry me through the rest of my life. And to be able to be a part of Notre Dame has meant the world to me. But I'm going to go through a couple people to thank, first of all. Charlotte, Angie, Katie, Kelly, and Megan, thank you for always solving our problems and keeping us organized. Father Jenkins, Jack, Jill, Jen, Cindy, and Heidi, thank you for keeping us compliant and on the court. Kathy, Joe, Molly, in the equipment room, thanks for keeping us fly on the court. And Craig, Kayla, Dr. Yergler, Dr. Musquincy, and Ann, especially this year, thank you for keeping me on the floor and fixing this knee of mine. Bree and Sister Sue, thank you for bringing that God and the 3 pillars of Notre Dame for me. Masters, Bob Nago, Matt McGraw, Catherine, Chad, George, and Daniel Green, thank you very much for allowing me to be here and helping me through my journey of 4 years. And then I'll go through the players. My hands are a little shaky. I said I wouldn't cry. When I hurt my knee, the only thing I said is, I only cry in my bed, so I'm not allowed to cry on stage. Let's do this. Okay, 4 freshmen. Diamond. Don't let anyone change you. As you go through these 4 years and as you get better on the court, don't let anyone change you off the court, because your personality, you can change anybody. I mean, your smile, you can change the day of how anybody is, and I love you for that. Taya. On the court, the way you stepped up in these 2 championship games when I was out made me the most proud of anybody I've ever been in my life, besides Ariel when she came back. It was 4 years. But the biggest thing is that you stayed Taya Reimer. You didn't have to fill anyone's shoes. All you had to do was be you. And the fact that you did that, you helped our team a lot, and you were big in that game against Maryland. Off the court, you have so much to do. You have so much time. Use Notre Dame. It'll help you grow and find who you are. Coco. Cocarisha. Okay, seriously. Get that shoulder better, first of all. Second of all, that smile. You're the second coming of Whitney Holloway. So keep that smile going and that energy that you bring every day for us. Lindsay Allen. I knew from when I met you in the summer when we were playing pickup, and I think Sky was there, and she might have picked you like 4 times in pickup, but no matter what, you still came up and you still tried to run the point guard position every time. And I'm really proud of you for the way that you've kept your composure this entire year. We on the sophomores now. Michaela, well, now you guys are gonna be juniors. Mike, you won that award for Most Improved for a reason. The way that you handled the summer and the way that you approach the summer, keep doing it. your potential is limitless, and as long as you want it, and as long as you want to continue to work, you're gonna be great. Jewel Lloyd. You're such, her middle name's Blessing for a reason. Stop looking at me. Your family and you have been a blessing in my life, and I love you to death. Okay, Hannah. When I was having those heart-to-hearts with your dad, Lon, every time I said, Hannah can do whatever she wants to. As long as she puts her mind and her heart to, you can be anything you want to be, you can do anything you want to do. So as soon as you decide that, you can do whatever you want to do. So, and I will be there 100% supporting you if you ever need me. Just ask. Markeisha Wright. We always make fun of you for being like all emotional and stuff, so I can't really make fun of you for that right now because I'm like crying, but thanks for bringing that love to the team. I know in some of the hardest times and the battles that we brought through, I think just the love and that blueness that you bring to us keeps us all centered and all emotional. Whitney, everyone already talked about how you're smiling and stuff, but I like your quirkiness. I think your random little dance moves and stuff like that, I think really lighten the mood, let alone your smile, but you're so fast. We always used to say Fred fast, but there's a Whitney Holloway fast, and I just love the way that you were able to light up a room and continue to do that in everything that you do. Maddie, I remember when it was your freshman year, and although you didn't play that season, you like randomly in pickup like jumped and like grabbed the rim or something weird like that, and then your feet kind of started hurting. But I'm really excited to see coming into your senior year for what you can do and how do you get back to that. You're a tremendous athlete, tremendous person, and I'm really excited to see you shine in your senior year. Oh God. You too, people. Stop smiling. Kayla McBride was the 3rd pick in the WNBA draft for a reason. I don't think San Antonio's ready for her. No, like I'm being serious. The competitive nature that she has, that drive that she has, that fight that she has, no one could guard her. And I told her that even after in the locker room after that game, after our championship game, I looked at her and I said, no one in this country can guard you. And I'm really excited to see people in the WNBA try to guard her. But off the court, I know our 4 years, we've hit every brick, every wall, every hurdle, everything that could come. And we took it in stride every day. And I think that passion that we shared has got us through everything. And I'm excited to see what you continue to do in the league. And when I get this knee better, girl, you better look out. Last but certainly not least. I always tell this story because after sophomore year and after, I don't know how many knee surgeries, Ariel made a comeback, and she actually came back to start. And I was so proud of her. I don't think, K-Mac and I don't think she really understood. Like, I was cheering, coach was like, writing on the board, she wrote Ariel Breaker start. She didn't write Ariel Breaker, she wrote Earl or something like that. And I was like, yes! And everyone's like, oh, really? And I was like, I was so excited for you. And I think just how much you've overcome. It inspires me, especially with what I'm going through, to know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And I know I wouldn't trade this senior class for anything, and all that we've done, I'm really excited to see you guys try to challenge that win record, because it's not happening. But now that I'm actually not shaking anymore, we can talk about the coaches. Nielle looking flawless in that red suit. Thank you for always having your door open. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I know that you guys were scouting this girl named Skylar Diggins or something like that in Argentina one time, and I just happened to be playing on that little Canada team, so I know you wore the red for me today, so I love you. Yeah, I know. Okay. No, but seriously, I think beyond the rest of the coaching staff, Coach McGraw, you're the reason I'm here, and I think you played a big part in my recruiting process, and I'm really thankful for that and the opportunity to get to know you. Beth, beyond these couple years that we spent together. Thank you for paving the road for us. I know a lot of us wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And thank you for sharing your knowledge with me. I know we have some side chats all the time, and just picking your brain these last couple years is really going to help me in the future and maybe get into coaching, so watch out for your jobs. See ya. Thanks. We've had our battles, but I think everyone that we've had has taught me something. We might not agree on everything, but no matter what, you always show me that there's something to learn from every moment. The hard ones, the easy ones, the ones that we celebrate, and the ones that we struggle through. But I think on the court and off the court, you have taught me to embrace every moment, and I really appreciate that from you. Finally, Coach McGraw, your honesty and your bluntness is something that I respect. I love how upfront you are and how open you are, and I love that I don't think you can go anywhere in the country and just walk into the office and there's Coach McGraw. She's a Hall of Fame coach, and I don't think she gets the credit that she does. Finally, she wins 3 Coach of the Year awards this year, but yeah, round of applause for that. But I think everything that you do for us, these other 12 women here, I think you do beyond your job. And to be able to learn from you and to build this relationship that I have with you means the world, and I will definitely cherish that for the rest of my life. But I don't have anything quirky or anything sappy to say to end, but just to these 12 girls, like Coach said, going on in the future, it might be the hardest thing to say is to say what needs to be said. But if you always go through life telling people what they want to hear, you're not making them better, and you're not making yourself better. So the biggest thing is respect that honesty, embrace that honesty, and the roof, there's no roof on anything that you guys can do, is limitless. So encourage each other, love each other, and enjoy these 4 couple years, like whatever you have left at Notre Dame. Finally, go Irish. So, okay, there was a reason I didn't think, because when we were doing introductions, when Bob came up here and said, "Hello everyone, how are you doing?" My mom started crying already. So I decided that I was going to try to avoid looking at that table so I didn't cry. But my parents, I mean, my mom's my heart, my soul. My dad's literally my mirror. He will tell me everything and anything that needs to be said. That's where I get my bluntness from. My baby sister, to see what she has grown into. Father P, coming in, being a big part of my family, and my brother who's unable to make it. I mean, I wouldn't be here without them, and they know that they're my heart and my soul, and I'm really glad to share this moment in these 4 years with them.
I owe a lot to my staff. Any coaching awards we won this year was all because of them. They work tirelessly, they're dedicated, smart, and they're the best in the country at their job. They're loyal and fun to be around. They all have different strengths. I think we complement each other really well. We have a great chemistry on our staff. So to Carol Owens, Neil Ivey, Beth Cunningham, and Angie Potoff, they are my gladiators. And I couldn't be where I am without them. To Charla, Katie, our great managers, Megan and Kelly, Sam Sanchez and the Notre Dame band. I think the best part of the NCAA tournament for us is the send-off from the hotel with the band. It's extraordinary. To Chris Masters, Ann, Chad, Craig, Dr. Yergler and Miswinsky, to Bree, to Heater, Kathy Spybrook, Kayla, Matt Shupp, Joe Minton, the JACC crew, who we appreciate all the work they do for the courts, Monica Cundiff and Catherine for the hosting of the regionals. What an incredible job. You know, after every game, we have a little group that hangs out, and we always talk about who the player of the game was. And this year, after the Baylor game, we were unanimous. The player of the game, the MVP, was the crowd. We absolutely have the best fans in the country. That was the loudest that the Purcell Pavilion has ever been, and it was phenomenal. First impressions are sometimes deceiving. But when I first saw Kayla McBride, I knew she was somebody I wanted to coach. She has a competitive fire, a burning desire to be great, and a work ethic to match. She was never satisfied with just being good. She wanted to know how she could be better. She loved a challenge, and she responded like a champion to everyone she got. She was the type of player that played best when the game was on the line. Some players could lose their confidence if they weren't given enough positive feedback, but not K-Mac. When the media voted Alyssa Thomas Player of the Year, I knew that if we played Maryland again, there would be no doubt at the end of that game who the better player was. If you ever doubted her ability, she'd get that look and she'd say, just watch me. She's got swag. She has confidence that comes from great preparation. She could have been our most improved player every year because she continues to get better. She never settles and she never rests. This year with Sky graduating, I thought she might have to play some point. So she worked on her ball handling and her passing in the off season. Ended up second on the team in assists with 60 more assists than she had last year. Lindsay led the team with 150 and Kayla was right behind her with 146. She has the career record for free throw percentage at 88% for a 4-year career. Off the court, she's sensitive, kind, humble, and unselfish. She took as much pride in her defense as she did in her offense, and she'd do anything for her teammates. I'm going to miss watching the prettiest jump shot in the country and putting the ball in her hands when the game was on the line. But probably the thing I'll miss most is when she'd look over at me on the bench and just smile. I'm looking forward to seeing that smile next year when she takes her talents to the WNBA. Please welcome Senior All-American, Kayla McBride.
Well, I have no promises that I won't cry. This is really hard for me. I can't look at table, 6? I can't look up there, for sure. Okay. So choosing to come to Notre Dame was probably the best decision I've made in my life. I mean, 4 straight Final Fours, being a part of the best conferences in the country, and being a part of one of the most elite programs in the country. But that says something, but that's not what Notre Dame is about. I received the best education. I'm graduating from one of the best schools in the world. And because I came here, I got to learn and grow as a person in ways that I probably wouldn't have been able to anywhere else. With that, I feel like the people you're surrounded with, that's who makes you. That's who you act like. That's how your personality comes, things like that. So there's plenty of people who I could thank. Father Jenkins, Jack Swarbrick, Mike, and Student Welfare and Development, Janet, Compliance. Everything you guys do, it allows us to grow as student athletes on and off the court. Everyone in security who would always open the doors for me all hours of the night whenever I just had to shoot, and things like that. Kathy and Molly for keeping us swaggy on the court. Nego for having the best stories and being a great radio broadcaster. My grandparents would actually rather listen to you than watch the games on TV. That says something. Chad for always making sure that I put the student first. Bree was actually my rector my freshman year at Ryan Hall, and I went through a lot. So without, see, it's already starting. I probably wouldn't be here without her. Not a lot of people know that, but she's done a lot for me. Just to be there, and just to listen and just be a great person. Katie for handling everything and anything, all of our needs, sometimes demands, and just remaining positive. Masters, you're just the best at what you do. Always smelling like coffee because you're always awake, always here. Jill, just for the countless amount of things that you do for all of us. Anne, for becoming my best friend this year. You know, I was in there a little bit more. And never keeping up with our shows, ever. Every time I came in the training room and never had watched a recent episode of our shows. It made me so angry. Craig. Just thank you for always believing in me, even when I didn't. For continuing to push me where I didn't want to go, never let me get any excuses. Thank you. Okay, whew, one down. All right, the coaches. First of all, we had the best coaching staff in the country, hands down. As a whole, I just want to thank all of you guys for the countless hours you put in for us. Everything you guys do is appreciated greatly, not only by me, but the rest of these girls up here. G, thank you for doing a little bit of everything, being a great mother, making sure we have all of our game film, being a great cook, being from Erie, that's great too, and being the one so positive just every single day. Coach Cunningham, thank you for continuing to coach me. I know I can be a little difficult sometimes. I get very into the game, very emotional, very competitive, but thank you for understanding me and continue to be the voice in my ear during games and making sure I was always pushing myself each day. CO, thank you for our talks. Thank you for having so much swag and being the laughter that I would always need in practice. You're so calm and such a quiet, great leader. Like me, I feel like I'm quiet and you're quiet and it works. And you have been the listener I needed all throughout my 4 years here, so thank you. Need help? Thank you for being so on it. I know I can ask you any question about just about any player on any team in the country, and you can tell me about them, so I'll relax and be more calm for the game. Thank you for always looking flawless on the bench and being that smile that kept us going through the roughest days. Coach, girl. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being so honest all the time. Thank you for never letting me settle and always having confidence in me. Being our biggest competitor with such high expectations for success, and of course for loving chocolate and mints as much as I do. I love you guys. All right, the fans, you guys. Thank you for being there every single game, whether we were across the country, whether in South Bend. You guys were there with your green shirts, cheering loud and proud, night in, night out. As a player, as somebody who's emotional and passionate, it means so much to have you guys out there. When I'm going like this, and all of a sudden you guys start applauding, like it helps, and I appreciate it. Just thank you for being so supportive, and thank you for being the best in the country. Okay, the team. Wow. We've accomplished so much. At the beginning of this year, I don't think anybody believed in us, and now here we are, 37-1, ACC champs, national finalists. We did that together. Every single one of these girls up here contributed to our success this year, and no one can take that away. We battled, we fought, and everything we earned this year, we had to fight for. Freshmen. You guys aren't freshmen anymore, you're not rookies anymore. You know the ropes, and it's time for you guys to step it up and become more confident in your roles this year. Diamond, you have so much ahead of you. You have showed such great glimpses of what you can provide for this team. Do what you do best every single day, and continue to push yourself on and off the court. And I definitely won't miss you blocking my shots in practice. Coco, be confident. I have seen you go so much in 1 year. You're so strong. Bring that strength and courage to the court, and be aggressive, be assertive. Tell them you want the ball. They'll pass it to you. You can do it. I believe in you. Taya, you are so talented, so talented. You have to continue to work on your game and continue to build that talent, as well as diversify what you bring to your game. You're going to be an All-American, and I'm so excited to see where you continue to grow. I'm always here for whatever you need. LA, my point guard. I am so proud of you. You have such a quiet confidence about you. You never fail to work hard and be able to learn. You are such a mature player for being just a freshman, and I love that about you. Continue to use your voice. You bring so much to this team as a leader, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. Sophomores. Okay. You guys are becoming upperclassmen now, and it's your turn to step up in your own ways and begin to lead this team. Jewel, I know we've had our ups and downs, but nothing can take away from the immense amount of respect I have for you. You came in and are one of the most athletic and explosive players I have ever seen. Thank you for pushing me every single day and making me better. Continue to do you and become the leader that this team needs. You're a junior now and one of the most experienced players on this team, and you're going to be great. Mike. I am so proud of Mike. I am so proud of her. You have proved every single person wrong. This year, you were the best sixth man in the game, as well as the best three-point shooter in the country. Every time you shot, I thought I was going in. I passed the mic, just going in. I have so much confidence in you. Your approach to the game is so calm and full of Jersey swag. Use that. Continue to grow and build the people around you. Be the voice of the team, and no matter what, keep shooting. Huff. Huff. I love you, man. Thank you for being there. Stop looking at me. Jeez. We've gotten so close, and you have, oh my goodness, you have been one of the ones that was always there to listen or just watch Frozen with me. But beyond that, I need you to step up. Now it's getting serious, okay. You showed us so many bright spots with what you can be for this team. Bring it every day. Push yourself and be confident. Don't be afraid to make mistakes and don't shy away from your chance. You're a junior now and it's your turn to step up, and I believe in you. Okay. Juniors, our babies, they were our freshmen. Okay, you guys are seniors now and it's time for you guys to be leaders. Find your own way of leading and be confident in that. You have to hold this team together and stand strong, and I know you can do it. Matt, my PA partner, you had a great season. You stepped up in the most clutch moments for us all season and showed us what you can bring to this team. You're a senior now. Be confident in that. I have so much confidence in your game and everything that you do. You're one of the smartest players on this team. Use that. Do all the things that you have been doing and do them consistently, and you're going to be great. Keish, look at me. Okay, listen, Keish and I have a love-hate relationship. It's mostly hate. I'm just kidding. I love Keish. Okay, so what I love most about Keish is how hard she works. She never complains about anything. She just works. You have come up huge for us all year. That Maryland game in the Final Four, that has to be you every single game next year. You can do it. I believe it. Everyone up here believes it. So just go do it. Just play the game and don't take anything for granted. Be that consistency that this team needs. You're a senior now and they need you more than ever. Wait, my little shawty. Thank you for being so happy. Your smile is contagious and the way you hold this team together is something special. You're a senior now. Live it up. Don't have any regrets. Be the rock that holds this team together. Everyone looks to you, whether it's on the court or off the court. Your work ethic is something that has been admirable. Never complaining, just always coming in every day and working. I look up to you and how you bring that every day. Continue to do that. All right, to the end of the table. Seniors, we've been through a lot, probably too much, and here we are, the winningest class in history, 4 straight Final Fours, lots of other things, and we did it together. Okay, Ace, I admire you so much. Your work ethic, your confidence, your enforcing attitude and willingness to get things done. You have grown so much since our freshman year. You have been able to prove every single person wrong and do it pretty easily. You were the best post in the country this year. Your ability to lead us and be that voice every single day was special. I always say that you're the ice to my fire, and it's true. I'm gonna miss that. You always knew exactly what I needed to hear on the court to push me through whatever I needed you to. You have done so much for this program and this university, and I'm so glad to be able to call you my teammate and classmate. I'm so excited for what's ahead. Seeing you light up. Nobody realizes this. After Ace got drafted, we have to do like this media stuff behind like the curtains or whatever. Ace comes running to me. Like, she doesn't have her crutches. She's just like running after me. I'm like, what? Are you okay? And she's just like lit up, and it was just, I'll never forget it. I just know how hard you've worked and how much you wanted it, and I know you're ready for a major comeback, and I'm excited to watch you do it. Aerial breaker. I'm so proud of you. Don't smile at me like that. Not only have you played through just about every injury possible, you've been our glue on the court and brought so much consistency, whether your body wanted you to or not. You brought it. Whatever we needed, you did it. Whether it was a block, a steal, you sacrificed yourself for this team. You overcame the most adversity over all of us. You grew from your first 2 years and were able to make a huge impact on this program. Beyond that, you have been my best friend. We've been through a lot, probably too much, but you were the one who always would make me laugh when I didn't want to and just be there for me regardless. Thank you for being aerial no matter what and being someone who can always brighten up a room. Okay, managers, Kelly and Megan, thank you for everything that you guys have done all year, as well as making the trip so much fun. Thank you for getting to know us as a team. It was a lot of fun, and thanks for being great. All right, last but not least, table 6 over there. My family. My parents and my grandparents are here. Me, my grandpa and grandma, thank you for being there since day one. Thank you for being the best grandparents ever and loving me unconditionally. Mom and Dad. Thank you for putting, I can't read it anymore. Thank you for putting thousands of miles on the truck to make sure you're at all of my games. You have done so much for me as a person. Where was I? It never let me give up on anything since I started playing basketball. Thank you for opening the doors for me and giving me the chance to be here. Everything I do for you guys. And to make you proud, and I promise I won't let you down. Jeez, this is terrible. I love you. That's all I need to say, okay. My brothers and sisters are not here today, Carly, Aaron, and Jaden. But anybody who knows me knows that I love them more than anything in the whole world. They remind me of why I work hard, and I just want to make them proud and be a great role model for them, and I love them. Okay, that's it. So thank you to everybody who's here, and everyone surrounding the Notre Dame family. I love being able to spend my last 4 years here, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Thank you.
I too want to thank Kayla's grandparents. Thank you so much. What we needed was for somebody to come up here and give her an elbow. That girl's on the court and she cops that attitude, get the hell out of the way. What a magnificent senior class, you know. The numbers that you get to mention, and sometimes there's so many of them that this team accomplished, but senior class winning 137 games with 15 losses in 4 years. Just absolutely amazing. And Ariel Breaker didn't do very good. I think we were 69-3 since she got in the starting lineup. Fun. Exactly. And I don't know about you, but I'll never forget the night that we got a chance to sing "O Canada" when Ace was introduced in the starting lineup. That was outstanding. And we are, to a person, going to root for Canada in the Olympics, unless they're playing the United States. It's amazing the things you think of, isn't it? The senior class is obviously a very outstanding group, and when you think about the numbers that were on that board already before they got here, and it wasn't because they were trying to win 137 games that they got it done. They were trying to win one game each night. That's all you play. People kept saying, boy, it's amazing, you're 30-0 or 31-0. I said, no, we're 1-0 31 times. And we kept our focus on the game and on the opponent. Our staff did such a great job in preparation. And this senior class will be one that we remember for a long, long time, because not only did they accomplish great things, but they're leaving that legacy to grow on as the seniors before them did. You love it when you get to see seniors honored, because you think back of where it all started. These shoes don't fit me right. You know, when your feet are growing about 2 sizes per season, somehow you go get those shoes. And you got to have the shorts that go with your scrunchie on your hair. I have a daughter, went through that. But all the things that go into the success that these ladies have accomplished is a great thing. We have some other awards that we want to present, and the first one up is the Woody Miller Award. And I want to take a moment to thank all the people in the media who cover this team, and quite a growing list as it turns out. Woody Miller worked for the South Bend Tribune, and he covered Notre Dame women's basketball back when it started. And then when Coach McGraw got here, he came more often, and then he wouldn't leave. Woody Miller loved Notre Dame women's basketball, even to the point of, in his retirement, he would travel and do stories on the team, really on his own buck, to tell the story about Notre Dame women's basketball. Woody passed away. He was on a trip actually to watch us play, and his wife and family continue to follow the Notre Dame women's basketball team. We're grateful for that great support. And in Woody's honor, the media gets a chance to vote on an award, and it's for the outstanding player on the team. And I want to thank Chris Masters for all the great work that he does for all of us, certainly for me. And a great guy to work with. He spends time with us usually at halftime, and does a great job, and actually came up with a couple of, he's the guy that coined the phrase that Jewel Lloyd was the jewel of denial. Not bad. Not bad. He's working on it. But the Woody Miller Award is presented each year to the outstanding player on this team. And you know how difficult that was this year. Because every time we put that lineup on the floor and our great bench came in and played so well, you could have voted for a lot of different people on different nights. The media submitted their votes, and the Woody Miller Award this year goes to an outstanding senior, Kayla McBride.
Teammates. They make me better every day, and I wouldn't be here without them, and also my family for always supporting me. Thanks.
I'd like to welcome not only a representative of the Notre Dame Club of St. Joseph Valley, but a great Notre Dame women's basketball fan. He's one of the guys that gets the vote after the game. He's one of the guys we asked who the player of the game was, and he's here tonight to present this on behalf of Notre Dame Club of St. Joseph Valley. Please welcome Mr. Paul Stevenson.
Bob. Congratulations to Coach McGraw, her team and staff on another truly magical season. You know, in the midst of March Madness this year, the Oxford English Dictionary announced the addition of 900 new words to their edition. But no words are adequate in summarizing the inspiration and excitement this team, and in particular this senior class, has given to all of us. Thank you for so many great memories. The Notre Dame Club of St. Joseph Valley is honored to take part tonight in the recognition ceremonies because each year since 1931 we have honored the legacy of Newt Rockney with a memorial service on campus. Since 1980, the club has recognized the accomplishments of a student athlete in every varsity sport at the university. The award, which bears the name of this chemistry scholar and great athlete, is given each year to a student in women's basketball who has distinguished herself in the classroom, on the court, and as a leader amongst her peers and in the community. The award speaks to the rich history of the university as a place where students learn what it means to compete in all facets of life. This year's winner is enrolled in the Mendoza College of Business as a finance major, maintaining a 3.296 cumulative GPA. On the court, she played in 32 games this season, averaging 1.1 points and 1.3 rebounds per game. She had a season-high 4 points in Notre Dame's victory over #9 Maryland in the Final Four in Nashville, and a career-high 5 rebounds in 4 games this season, including the Irish's ACC tournament semifinal win over #14 North Carolina State. She'll be one of 10 returning players in next year's Fighting Irish roster. Please welcome a sophomore guard from Diablo, California, and our 2014 Rockney Student Athlete Award winner, Hannah Huffman.
You must not be looking at this semester's grades, so good thing for that. I'd like to thank my team and the coaches and my family and Chad for getting me into all those wonderful classes. Thank you. Hope you guys had a great time.
Hannah was also voted our top player from California. None of the time you spend speaking as a sophomore counts against your senior speech, Hannah, so you're welcome to get ready for that. Our next award is presented by the National Monogram Club. And we're pleased to have with us the past president of the Monogram Club, a man who excelled in baseball here at Notre Dame. Let me change that. No, he did a great job in baseball. But he also did a great job with our National Monogram Club, helping it grow and helping to grow the scholarship fund, which is applied to so many student athletes here at Notre Dame, and we're pleased to have him with us. Please welcome Mr. Dick Nussbaum.
Thank you, Bob. I'm here tonight on behalf of our current president, Haley Scott DeMaria, and 7,500 other members of the Monogram Club who consist of former athletes from all varsity programs, cheerleaders, managers, trainers, and honorary members. Our host this evening, Bob Nagel, is an honorary member. And Bob, you made us very proud this year with the great work you did, and really being the lifeline for those of us who couldn't travel all around the country and be at all the games. You brought us to courtside, and I think the memories that we have this year, in large part, were because you described it so well. So congratulations. I also want to take a brief moment to introduce the new executive director of the Monogram Club, Brant Ust. He has a difficult task of filling the shoes of Beth Hunter, who served us so well for the past 10 years. And Brant was also a most valuable player in 1999 with the baseball team. I recommend the seniors on this team get to know Brant before commencement, as he will be an important link back to campus when you come back for years to come. And all of you underclassmen, please stop by and visit with Brant, as he and the staff want to make sure you take advantage of all services offered by our Monogram Club. I am deeply honored to be able to present this Most Valuable Player Award, and realize the presentation part is really the easy part. As Bob mentioned in describing the Woody Miller Award, this year had to be the hardest ever in terms of selecting a most valuable player. But I'm sure you all agree that this year's recipient is a terrific choice. Each of the players and their families are told the choice to come to Notre Dame is a 40-year decision, not just a 4-year decision. This year, I celebrate my 40th reunion year. For me, the promise has been filled in ways I could never imagine. And it will be the same for each one of these players as they continue their journey after graduation. My 40-year journey provides the perspective of watching women's athletics come from nothing, especially the basketball program, to reach a point this year when they broke the holy grail of all records here at Notre Dame, and that is the consecutive win streak that was established by Leahy's lads back in the 40s and 50s. This was a remarkable team. And it doesn't happen by accident. It takes great coaches, great administrative support, great facilities, great fans, and of course, great players, and especially the great leaders among those players. Our MVP has been recognized as a great leader in many ways. All-American, ACC Player of the Year, 4 Final Fours, starting all 38 games and playing her best when it mattered the most, Vice President of the Student Athletes Advisory Council, and now a first-round pick. Please join the Monogram Club in congratulating the 2014 Most Valuable Player for Women's Basketball from Erie, Pennsylvania, KMAC, Kayla McBride.
Well, this program and this university have meant so much to me. So this award feels like I'm sharing it with everybody, you know, because I know that each one of these people have worked just as hard, if not harder than me, to be here, to be on this team, and to be as successful as we are. The coaches, the amount of work they put in for us, the administrative staff, everybody. This is a team award, and I'm just, you know, it's so hard to put it into words these last 4 years, you know, it means so much to me. and I'm just really blessed to be able to accept this award. Thank my family, of course, and thank you all.
Sounds like another trip to Erie to carry all this stuff home with you. And I wouldn't be surprised if the WNBA is giving you some stuff in the years to come. It's a tremendous, tremendous gift to this university from this senior class. I want to thank a couple of other people just before we wrap things up. I certainly want to thank Dave Wood and all the people who helped with the committee and the organization tonight. Charlotte, where's Charlotte? Thank you so much. Give Charlotte a big hand.